The gates. All right, we are going to open the gates, and we are also going to do record here.
Recording in progress.
So everybody, thank you so much for joining us here, especially if you're here live. Actually, no, we're thankful for all of you because you're taking the time to invest in feeding yourself knowledge that you can use for yourself, for your family, and for those in your community. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us here on Daily with Doc. My name is Becca Dukes. I am a certified holistic health coach and also the student services director for the Institute of Holistic Health, where we empower and train individuals to help and be a resource within their communities so that we can build a healthier world. So as I look, Dr. Wallach, and we talked a little bit about it yesterday, as I look at what things, what conditions have increased over the last 30 years, there's a whole number of them that are not just like 10% increase or 100% increase. We're talking 300% to 11,000% increase. When I look at those numbers as a statistician, which is what the field that I came from, that's not very good. That does not say much for a current system that is supposed to be helping us stay healthy. It sounds like sick management to me. But we have hope, and that's what we are doing, is we are bringing hope to the masses to educate them and let them know that you're not a victim. You are not, or you do not have to become a slave to a system that is not helping you to its fullest. We're here to help you find optimal health. For some, that's better health than others. There are some times that, no, we can't do a full back to the way you were when you were, well, if you were born perfect. There's only one person that walked this earth that's perfect. And I just am so thankful for the health that I have been able to regain in my own life after following the recommendations of a lifelong learner, somebody that found out early that nutritional deficiencies made a huge difference in his childhood, in his thinking, in his behaviors, in his ability to be able to control himself and be a productive member of family instead of somebody that people just wished they wouldn't come to church. He then went into college or high school and wrestled and wouldn't. I love it when he's telling me about his high school and his sports and everything that he's done, because he's not a big guy and he wanted to do big things, but he couldn't play football because he was too little. But he has done something that is bigger than I think anybody would ever have imagined for him, where he's become a doctor of veterinary medicine. He has had 3 postdoctorates in pathology, where he has gone around the world. He actually is the lead pathologist on a program that saved the white rhino. And whenever he found that there were genetic things that were said to be genetic diseases that were not genetic diseases, and something that was supposed to be human only that was found in a monkey, he got fired. And all of those negative things that have happened in his life have led him to where he is now, where he is just making a massive impact around the world, helping people with health in times where the doctors have given up and said, there's nothing we can do for you, prepare to die. That's pretty bleak. But he, through his research, through his formulas, through his heart, and through his foresight to be able to create this army, he has been able to save a lot of people from misery, from pain, and from premature death. So it is with honor to be able to bring to you Dr. Joel Wallach. Now, before you say hello, Dr. Wallach, there's a little bit of housekeeping I have to do. Those of you who are here with us live in the Zoom room, if you have a question for Dr. Wallach, please raise your hand early so that we can get to your questions. We're going to be talking with Dr. Wallach a little bit. We've got some subjects that we want to really drive home because they've been miscategorized, making you think that there's nothing that you can do to avoid these things. Well, that's completely incorrect. We're going to be talking about that today. If you were invited by somebody specific, make sure that you get back with them and thank them for the information that you heard today. Thank them for taking the time, for caring enough to share this program with you. This program, Daily with Doc, is sponsored by dailywithdoc.com. And if you are out in YouTube or Rumble or Facebook and you want to join us live, we are here Monday through Friday from 12 to 12:50 Pacific time so that you can plug in. If you just want to listen or write some comments out on in the chats of the different platforms, you're more than welcome to do that. I can see some of them. I've got parts of my team that are looking out for the other platforms that I can't see. And then we also have our crew here in the Zoom, where if you're live with us, you can turn that chat on and see all the valuable information that our co-hosts are putting in that. And then also, if you're live with us, I would prefer that you raise your hand, but if you're not able to raise your hand or unmute to ask your questions, go ahead and put that in that chat option, and we're going to try to get to as many as possible. On dailywithdoc.com, we do have a way to contact us for those who have never spoken to anybody about Youngevity or the products, have never tried the products. I have a team of certified holistic health coaches that are standing by to help you. You can use that contact us if you prefer email, or we do have our phone number, 855-949-3377. If the lines are busy or you go to voicemail, please leave a message and one of our coaches will get back to you, as we only have a certain number of people on at a certain time. So I think it's just absolutely fantastic that there's enough people that are going to voicemail, but be assured we will get back with you. So now, Dr. Wallach, it is my honor and privilege to be able to add you to the spotlight here and say, welcome to Daily with Doc.
Well, thank you so much, Becca, for the kind introduction, and thank you for your whole team for everything they do. And of course, I get excited every day that we're on here, because if we save one person, it's all worth it. And of course, getting that information out there at a level at which everybody can be involved is very exciting for me. One of the things I want to throw out there today, which I don't talk about very often, I have a book called Prepare. It was written by 3 military personnel who are also medical personnel. Okay, that's me when I was in the Army. Okay, and the picture on the back, I'm a little cleaned up. The top picture there, I was in the Air Force there, retired lieutenant colonel in the Air Force. There's Dr. Milan. Yes, she was a lieutenant in the Chinese Air Force and a medical doctor. And there's Marvin Ropp, a Navy SEAL. Okay, and so we have all these healers in that book, Prepare, and it was kind of a revolution, okay, for me, a revolution, a resolution, okay, and it's one of those things where when you see something that everybody else looks at, but they don't interpret it correctly, okay, and so this is me when I, again, was in the artillery from Fort Leonard Wood, okay, 105, 155 Howitzers. But you also had to be a rifleman because, the bad guys would attack you so that you couldn't fire the artillery at them. So you had to be a rifleman as well as an artilleryman. And so I had plenty of time on my hands to study and so forth and take, which I say, people who were sick, the local people, as well as people in our units, and give them nutrition and heal them. And I learned things because I had, which I say, there was no TV out there in the bush, so to speak. And so be prepared, okay? Prepare. That's the motto of the Boy Scouts. It's the Prepper's Survival Bible. And of course, I think that's the magic of the Boy Scouts, is be prepared. Don't wait until you get sick and have arthritis to say, well, what do I do for arthritis? You find out what causes arthritis and you take all the nutrients necessary to prevent it and cure it, and then you don't get it. Or if you do get it, it's mild and you ramp up on some of the supplements and it goes away, instead of just treating the pain. And so that's the difference there. And this book, Prepare, goes into all that attitude and so forth, and a lot of examples of very common diseases, including high blood pressure and diabetes and arthritis and Alzheimer's disease and heart disease and kidney disease and dialysis and osteoporosis and all that stuff are easily prevented. And if you have them, they're easily reversed. None of them are genetic. And that freaks out doctors when I say that. I mean, they will slam down their books and files and just walk out the door just screaming because they were taught that everything is genetic. They have no earthly idea what the reality of life and death is. Well, I'm a pathologist and I've done 32,000 autopsies, and I know the difference between life and death. Okay, my thesis is in the Smithsonian Institute of National Treasure. I'm very proud of that. And most people can't afford it to buy one of those theses because they sell for $25,000 each. So we have a summary of that. It's called Epigenetics, which is a sort of a summary of my thesis, and it goes into all those issues that's in the thesis. They're only $25, not 25,000. That's me at Yerkes Primate Center. It was one of the monkeys I found that had cystic fibrosis. It's supposed to be a terrible birth defect, genetic birth defect in humans. I found 25 baby monkeys.
Put yours down, Doc.
Huh?
Put yours down. Put yours down.
Oh, okay.
You have it between your mouth and your microphone, and it affects the
Okay,
audio.
thank you. And so that's me with one of my cystic fibrosis monkeys, and I'm the guy that got rid of cystic fibrosis. It's supposed to be a terrible genetic disease in humans. I got the Klaus Schwarz Award in 2011 for that. I also worked with Jerry Lewis, and we found the cure and prevention of muscular dystrophy. And he was so excited, he took it to the Muscular Dystrophy Association. They fired him, put a gag order on him, and they fired him in 2011, put a gag order on him so he couldn't say anything to the press, shut down the telethon, which is the next day. And the telethon, over 46 years, had raised $2.6 billion for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. And they fired him and shut down the telethon because they didn't want to hear we'd found the cure. Well, he died several years later, but he knew, he was overjoyed with the fact that we had found the cause, prevention, and cure of muscular dystrophy. Okay. And then also, we had to fight, my attorney, Jonathan Emord, and I, we had to fight in federal court to sue the FDA, Food and Drug Administration, 8 times in federal court to get these nutrients put into baby formulas. The doctors, medical doctors, wouldn't let us put these nutrients into baby formulas, Enfamil, Similac, and the like, because they thought all these trace minerals were poisonous. So we proved it in court, forced them to put it in there, and within weeks, sent them a death syndrome, which was caused by the mother laying on the babies, according to the medical doctors. Okay. And this book, The Wallach Revolution, is a 75-year track record of some of my major discoveries. I mean, we couldn't get all 600 in the book, otherwise the book would be 5,000 pages. So we have lots of references in there. Okay. We do cover some of the big ones, and it's very, very exciting, The Wallach Revolution. And, we're translating more and more books and CDs in other languages. The book Dead Doctors Don't Lie is one of the big ones. Dead Doctors Don't Lie. It's in English and Spanish, and the CDs are in 9 different languages. This one flies out the door by the case. I mean, it flies out the door by the case, whether it's a CD, a DVD, or the books. Dead Doctors Don't Lie. It's the only time they won't lie, because they're taught incorrectly. They're taught that everything is genetic and autoimmune. You can only treat the symptoms, get rid of the pain, and people are grateful for that. But then they die 2-3 years later because they haven't gotten down to the basic root cause. We have learned the basic root cause of all of the diseases thought to be genetic, I mean by the medical system. They're preventable, and almost all of them are totally reversible very quickly with proper supplementation and proper diet change. Okay, over to you, Becca.
So, Dr. Wallach, you're talking about all these conditions.
Yes.
And how you said that they're reversible, which
Yes.
folks, this content of this program is to provide educational information only. It is not supposed to take the place of your primary care physician.
Right.
The FDA does require us to let you know that our products do not diagnose, prevent, cure any diseases. But Dr. Wallach, you just said that these conditions are reversible.
That's correct.
Now, many of them are said to be genetic.
That's correct.
Like blood pressure, diabetes, Alzheimer's,
arthritis.
arthritis. And so they're not genetic?
No, not genetic. And of course, it's one of those things, being a veterinarian and having a degree in agriculture is a big part of finding all this out. We don't have to have health insurance for animals. We don't have to have it to pay the veterinarian to come out every week and treat all these diseases in a herd of cattle or herd of sheep or herd of pigs or a flock of chickens or things like, all the other big birds, including, in fact, one of them, the turkeys, we found the actual cause of sudden death syndrome in turkeys. We found it in turkeys first. Okay. They would just be walking along and drop dead. Okay. And we figured out the cause. And when I looked at as a comparative pathologist and looked at the tissues in the babies that had died of sudden death syndrome, they weren't being laid on by their mothers. They were dying of the same thing that killed those turkeys. Okay, this was like in the 1950s. And so it was one of those things where took that information, came up with a program, which we, again, Jonathan Ebord and I, we sued the FDA. We had all the information, data, judges were on our side. What do you got to lose? Let's go for it. And so suddenly now, in just weeks, after forcing these baby farmers to put these nutrients into the baby farmers, sudden death syndrome went away. You don't hear much about cystic fibrosis anymore. You don't hear much about muscular dystrophy anymore. You don't hear much about sudden death syndrome anymore. It used to be 300 to 1,000 a month, new ones. Now you get one every couple of years because somebody does something silly and doesn't do what they're supposed to do. Okay. And it's one of those things where we're so very, very proud of that. And got the Lifetime Achievement Award from the United Nations in 2015 as a result of all this. Very proud of that. And so it's not like nobody knows. And so we have to take some responsibility. You can't depend on the medical doctor telling you everything because they're taught a certain way. Okay. And the veterinarians are taught a different way. And I was blessed with getting all of the, I'm going to sneeze here. I apologize. Okay. We have.
Bless you.
Excuse me.
Yeah, so cute.
Okay. In Chinese, they say Da Qi, which means
Da Qi.
Da Qi, a lot of strength. Okay. A lot of power. Okay. And so, at any rate, we're so proud of that. And of course, we do have an education brochure with 23 best-selling books, 100 CDs, and I think it's like 40 DVDs. There you go.
I got one here.
Okay, they're available. We have a new one. It may even be ready now. I know it's supposed to be ready this week. And so the new one with all the I don't know, 3 or 4 or 5 new books are added to this. And it's one of those things where get this information out to people. And so they can add the information to their family's health, to their church mates' health, to their workmates' health, to their neighbors' health. And you'll be able to spend 25 to 50 more years with the people you love. You'll be able to spend 25 to 50 more years doing the things you love to do. And I'll throw you again, the record in the industrialized nation was recent, set for longevity. 1997, Maggie Calment, a French woman in France, she died at 122 years and 164 days. Okay, 122 years, 164 days. That is the current record in modern times for the industrialized nations. Now, the Hunzas were not part of the industrialized nations. Their life expectancy is 120. Okay, so, and they go to the Old Testament, the Old Bible, and God said, man's year shall be 120. So I think the good Lord was correct. He gave us all the equipment to get there, but somewhere along the line, and the big ones, getting wheat out to the people was done by the Egyptians. Okay, they started farming wheat and selling it to the world, including Europe, and they killed more people with wheat than all the wars put together.
Definitely contributed to early death, Dr. Wallach. With what I've read, with what I've seen, especially through your teachings, there is so much that gluten does within the digestive system, where it's destroying the villi and preventing absorption of nutrients.
You cannot absorb nutrition. Even if you're supplementing heavily, you cannot absorb it. If all those villi are gone, instead of looking like a shag rug, your intestines look like a plastic tube. You lost 98% of your villi because you're eating gluten and buckwheat. Okay, and who told you to eat more whole grains? Well, the doctor said I need to eat more whole grains. Well, that doctor.
Well, my government told me that I needed to eat more grains, Dr. Wallach.
Your doctor told you that.
The government.
The governor.
Government, USDA. They made that food pyramid that went like this and then turned upside down and square. It's nuts. But folks, Dr. Wallach has a good foods, bad foods list, and you can find that good foods, bad foods list on dailywithdoc.com, right there up, right under the banner, Doc's 10 good foods, bad foods, and easy to find, print it out. It's printable from there. That way you have it. You can put it on your refrigerator. You can save it so that when you go shopping, you can focus on those good foods. And if you have a question, well, is this going to be good? Look at it. It's on the bad foods? Don't even put it in the grocery cart. And just by doing that, will cut your food bill greatly so that you will have more money that you can then invest in to intentional supplementation, like we're going to be talking about more today. So, Dr. Wallach, people can find your books at www.drjwallach.com.
That's correct.
So that is my favorite place to go. You will see all of Dr. Wallach's publications all in one spot, and you can add them in there. The good folks at Wellness Publications, they personally take care of your order and get it in the mail to you. And you can get all of that information about Dr. Wallach and his publications again at www.drjwallach.com. So Kathy here with us says that she enjoyed listening to Dr. Wallach on Coast to Coast this morning. And folks, if you're on the East Coast, it was definitely this morning because Dr. Wallach is on with George Norrie on Coast to Coast AM radio about every 6 weeks. And they talk about health and it's all in your head and dead doctors don't lie and epigenetics and all of the things that Dr. Wallach has been instrumental in. I mean, you've got this small little package, folks, with this booming voice that is making noise around the world. And we have him here at our disposal right here and now. So I'm excited about that. Let's go ahead and get to some questions, Dr. Wallach.
Okay.
And the first question that we have here with us is coming from Ryan. Ryan, go ahead and unmute yourself.
Oh, hi, doctor. I received my hair analysis. It was from March 20th. I have high ratio of calcium to phosphorus, potassium, magnesium, and low sodium to potassium and magnesium, and high zinc to copper. And I went cold turkey off of my non-Youngevity supplements, and I went cold turkey off of my herbs for varicose veins. So I was just wondering, what would you recommend for me as one who weighs 130?
Well, do you have any toxic metals of any consequence? Lead, mercury, uranium, anything like that?
Uranium is slightly elevated under the high range, but it's above the reference range, and
Okay.
arsenic is within the
Okay.
reference.
Do you live near a utility company that uses that kind of power?
Right.
No, not that I'm aware of. No.
Okay. There's bound to be some place where you're getting that kind of thing. You don't get uranium by eating sausage. Okay. There's a reason why you're getting uranium. So you need to find out where the source of uranium is coming from. But and how much you say you weigh 130?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Do you have any other symptoms? Do you have any arthritis, high blood pressure, diabetes, constipation, diarrhea, asthma?
Dry skin, constipation, hypoglycemia, varicose veins, arthritis, receding gums slightly, like my teeth are feeling taller.
Oh, okay. If you have receding gum, your teeth are getting taller. Do you have any tinnitus or ringing in your ears?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any dizziness or balance problems?
No,
Okay.
not
How
anymore.
many times you wake up at night to urinate? Once, 3 times, 5 times, 10 times?
One to two times.
1, 2, 3 times maybe?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you have osteoporosis of the skull. Okay. And this is squeezing your nerves. There's 12 pairs of cranial nerves. You need to get a hold of the book. It's all in your head. Okay. There's a CD that goes along with it. It's a set all in your head. It covers 37 different diseases you get when you have osteoporosis of the skull. And you're talking about 3 or 4 of them. Okay. So at 130 pounds, I want you to have get rid of all the bad foods. No fried foods, no processed meats, no oils, no glutens, no wheat and barley, rye, oats, no sugar, no carbonated drinks. Even the diet drinks got to go, and carbonated water needs to go because they neutralize stomach acid, so you cannot absorb nutritional minerals and digest food. We do want you to take our ultimate enzymes, take 2 or 3 of those, say 10, 15 minutes before each meal. So you're going to want a couple of bottles a month of our ultimate enzymes called the gallbladder in a bottle. Okay. And then because you said you had hypoglycemia.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So I also want you to take our sweeties. Go ahead and get 2 bottles a month of our sweeties. And so you can take 3 twice a day. And they're going to help you if you have low blood sugar, prediabetes, kind of are you on any medication for blood sugar issues?
No.
Okay, good.
Chromium.
Okay. So go ahead and take the healthy, what should I say, the sweeties. Go ahead and take the sweeties. Take 3 of those twice a day. And let's see here. If you're on medication, for those out there who are on medication, don't cold turkey off the medication. But as your blood sugar starts to kind of level out a little bit, you can slowly reduce your medication based on the numbers. Do you ever get drowsy after you eat a big meal like dinner and so forth?
Yes.
Okay. This is called reactive hypoglycemia. So yeah, you do need that sweeties, and that will stop that. That'll prevent a lot of car accidents because a lot of people, they eat a big meal and then they start driving, and a half hour later they fall asleep while they're driving, cross the center line, cause a head-on collision, and kill themselves, kill the other people coming the other direction, and so forth. It's all caused by simple nutritional deficiencies. Okay, they weren't, what they say, being bad and doing bad things. They just couldn't maintain their blood sugar to stay awake and do what they need to do to drive safely, because they're pumping out all this, their body's misinterpreting what's going on. So they're pumping out all this insulin, driving your blood sugar down. And that's why you're falling asleep. That's called reactive hypoglycemia. So give us a call every couple of weeks, because you're going to, have a great story. At 130 pounds, for our listeners out there, you should take 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. Take a half a dose, something twice a day. Take 1 bottle a month of our MSMs. You can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time, or 2, 2, and 2. That'll support and promote maintenance repair, cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone, makes bone cell. Don't forget that sweeties. 3 of those twice a day. That's 2 bottles a month. Then also wouldn't hurt to take since you have some other, maybe some bone problems, I would also throw in the collagen peptides. Take a scoop of that in your morning drink, scoop of their evening drink. And don't forget our rebounder, sports drink for energy. It has 100 nutrients in it. Red Bull has 1 mineral. Red Bull only has 1. Magnesium. We have 75 minerals in our, Rebecca and I are working on a great podcast coming out here pretty soon. It tells a great story where we invented the Rebound sports drink for Theo Ratliff, okay, who wound up being one of the great basketball players of all time. Best shot blocker, best shooter, all that kind of stuff. And he was fired, okay, by the Atlanta Hawks when he was 24 years old because he had all these joint problems and bone problems. The doctors wanted to give him a double knee replacement and the hip operations and all this kind of stuff. And we created all these products for him, including the Healthy Bone and Joint Pack and the Rebound. And this whole story, this is Theo's, this month is his 50th birthday. Okay, he's just turned 50, and he is a great guy, and a lot of great stories to go along with him. We don't have time to go into all of them right now, but they will be on this podcast. We interviewed him a couple of weeks ago. I did, so we have the salient parts of his great story on this podcast. It's going to be a great gift to be giving to people, especially anybody, boys or girls, regardless of age, if they want to play sports, either for just recreation, for health, or they want to be on a team or so forth. This podcast, okay, is going to blow everybody's mind. Okay, so back to you, Becca.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ryan. Let's go ahead and go to a question that came in through email, Dr. Wallach. And this question is coming from Ms. T. So how do I empty, she says, how do I empty my reservoir of damaged cells and rebuild my immune system? I'm battling fungus in my body and bacteria, H. pylori. So Dr. Wallach, let's go with 100 per 100 pounds, is I know there's a lot of people that have been told they have H. pylori. There's a lot of people who don't realize it, but have damaged cells within their digestive system and immune system. And one thing that I like about this person is they understand how important the immune system is and that it can be changed.
Yeah, it can be rehabbed, okay? Your immune system is your bone marrow. It makes white blood cells, makes antibodies, requires an enormous amount of nutrition. And if you have osteoporosis, you have arthritis, you have all kinds of stuff like that going on, your immune system, as they say in France, ain't working. Because when you have osteoporosis, it's filling up the bone marrow cavities, which is where all this activity takes place. Your bone marrow is your immune system. You want to just love your bone marrow. Most people, they'll live to be 60, 70 years old and they'll never get to see their bone marrow. You don't want to see your bone marrow because you only get to see it if you're going to take a biopsy of it and there's something wrong going on, or you die, okay, or they cut your leg off, then they can show you some of your bone marrow or something like that. You don't want to do that. Okay, you can do an MRI, that'll give you a clue, okay, if you have, if your bone marrow cavity is getting smaller and smaller. But, let's say per 100 pounds of body weight, needs to get rid of all the bad foods. And again, I'd go with the book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. It has the good food, bad food list in it, 300 pages of safe recipes and safe cooking methods. Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without Bad Foods. Then she needs 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month. Take a half a dose of everything twice a day. MSM, 1 bottle a month. So you can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at dinner time, or 2, 2, and 2 to help rebuild cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, disc between vertebrae, bone matrix, which includes the bone marrow cavity. Okay, very important here for the immune system. Then I also want her to have our hair, skin, and nails. Okay, hair, skin, and nails, so she can help take care of her skin. I also want her to take our colloidal silver. Colloidal silver kills everything. We're talking about fungus. We're talking about viruses, bacteria. And we had used colloidal silver for humanity to control these kind of things for thousands and thousands and thousands of years until 1936 when they invented penicillin. Now, penicillin only kills things, like
Bacteria.
Huh?
Bacteria.
Yeah, bacteria. Okay, we're talking about two kinds of bacteria. Okay, we're talking about the penicillin. Okay, will take care of what's the two bacteria we're looking at here?
Well, right now we're looking at H. pylori.
Okay, no. What bacteria are killed by penicillin? Streptococcus.
That one. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And so we're looking at streptococcus. Okay, is the big one, and also anything that is gram positive. They're called gram positive. Okay, they will be affected by the penicillin. Okay, and but when you take the colloidal silver, and I do that every morning, and every lunchtime, and every evening at dinner, and also at bedtime, I put 2 droppers full, one on each side, and I go through 2 of these bottles a month. Okay, I weigh 142 pounds. I go through 2 of these bottles a month. Been doing this for 25 years. I haven't turned purple yet.
Not blue, not gray. No, you've got a pretty good color in there, Doc.
Yeah. Oh, streptococcus. Okay, streptococcus. Okay, is the big one. Okay, and that is killed by penicillin. Okay, and it's one of those things where the colloidal silver kills everything it's supposed to kill. There's no alcohol in it. You can put on an open wound. Okay, and so let's go that direction. Okay, plus the 90 essential nutrients to support the immune system. We went that direction already. So let's hear from her every couple of weeks. If she has skin issues going on, don't forget the, let's see here, the skin issues, I'd go with the hair, skin, and nails. 3 of those twice a day. The small bottles, so she'll need 2 of the small bottles of hair, skin, and nails. But the
All right.
staphylococcus and streptococcus is the only thing that penicillin kills. It doesn't kill any viruses, doesn't kill any other bacteria or fungus or anything, but colloidal silver does.
So colloidal silver for H. pylori, folks.
Yep.
All right. Thank you so much for that, Dr. Wallach. And let's go to Rob. Rob, go ahead and unmute yourself. You're on live with Dr. Wallach.
Hello, guys. A couple questions for you today, Doc. First of all, we're talking about osteoporosis all the time. Let's talk about teeth, cavities, cavity prevention, and can we rebuild our teeth with the minerals and other nutrients?
Well, it depends on if there's circulation going into the tooth. If there's circulation going into the tooth, the answer is yes. If you have osteoporosis in your body, which includes the skull and the jaw, usually the osteoporosis is much thicker than normal jawbone and skull bone, and squeezing those blood vessels, so you're not getting a blood supply to the teeth. You get receding gums, you get osteoporosis of your jaw, and doctors say, well, we can have to pull all your teeth out and give you implants or dentures and all that kind of stuff because everything's going away. Well, it's all going away because the osteoporosis is squeezing the blood supply. And so if there's a blood supply, you can regrow teeth and your jaw and your skull. But if you don't have blood supply, the answer is no.
Yes, everything depends on blood supply. Yeah, fantastic. Okay, I'm working on that. Another question, parasites and parasite cleanse. Now, I've been looking at GI cleanse on the Youngevity site, and any other recommendations to rid ourselves and our pets of parasites?
Yeah, of course, you want to ramp up the immune system again because your own immune system will attack parasites, whether they're things like fungus or paramecium fungus, bacteria, worms. Your body will attack all those things if you give your body's defense system what your defense system needs. That's what your defense system is for. Okay, and so it's one of those things where, again, you want to get rid of all the gluten, no wheat, butter, and oats. You want to be sure that you're eating all 90 essential nutrients. You cannot eat well and get everything you need because plants do not make minerals. Most people don't realize that. Plants do not make minerals. Plants only make vitamins, amino acids, fatty acids, are all carbon compounds. Plants do not make minerals, and nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. And minerals kind of went out of our diet, okay, in 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Monday, September 4th or 5th, whatever it was, in 1882, when Thomas Edison pulled a switch on electricity in New York. We've been using wood and coal as our fuel for thousands and thousands of years, and putting the wood ash and coal ashes into our food and into our gardens. That's where we're getting our minerals for thousands and thousands of years. When we went to electricity, no more minerals. And so this transition, doctors don't pay attention to this. They just say, eat well, get everything you need. What we eat has nothing, that looks like nothing that we used to get, okay? And so this book, Hell's Kitchen, goes into that transition, which is a killer transition, and doctors didn't pay attention to it. And so all these diseases that we have, that we never used to get because we were getting nutrition back in those days, now we don't get the nutrition, okay? And so now doctors say, oh, you have an immune problem, okay? Your body can't defend itself anymore, okay? And you have something that's going on, with your immune system. That's the problem.
Yeah. And Doc, we have something way better than wood ashes now. We have plant-derived minerals and blooming minerals. And there's more known minerals in our Youngevity products than just wood ash now. So this is, and that is absolutely fantastic product. All my plants are working fantastic with that. Yeah. Do you think there will be a low sugar version of Rebound sometime?
We have low sugar compared to Red Bull and the other. We have about 30% of the sugar and the caffeine that's in Red Bull.
Yes, the natural sugar we have, so it's a lot better.
We have 30% of the sugar and the caffeine that Red Bull has. Red Bull has 1 mineral. We have 75 minerals. And right now, Red Bull is still the biggest selling energy drink out there because it has lots of sugar, and you drink it, and boy, before you put the cup down, you woo, okay, because of all that sugar. But it's a negative over time, okay. Yeah. So
I gave my surgeon container of Rebound, and great stuff. But he's a little bit concerned about the sugar in that too. So I don't need a hyper surgeon working on us in that. So,
well, but I have problems with surgeons.
Yeah,
you married one, Dr. Wallach.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
There you go.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, but my surgeon got my my arm working again, so my fingers and that. So thank God for surgeons when we need them, but they don't know about nutrition and that. Nutrition, that's what we got you for, Doc.
Okay.
So there we go. Okay, thank you very much. I appreciate it, Doc.
Awesome. Thank you, Rob. So glad that you were able to get some help with that, because buddy, you need to be more careful. Okay, just saying. Well, Dr. Wallach, let's go to the next question that I have here, and this is coming from YouTube. So Sumi has a daughter. She's 15 years old. She is 5'6" and 112 pounds. And ever since she was little, her hands get very wrinkly after just washing her face or taking a shower. She wants to know what would be causing that, and is there anything that would be beneficial for her? Okay, so when she does washing or showering and that kind of stuff, her skin and her hands gets wrinkly? Yeah, you know how you're too long in the pool and you get all like prunish? Yes, okay, I gotcha. Okay, yeah, all right. She's getting rid of all the bad foods. I'll bet she's eating gluten. No wheat, bran, and oats, right? None of that kind of stuff. No buckwheat, no sugar, no carbonated drinks, no oils, no fried foods. And so she needs to get a hold of that book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods, so she can see all these safe recipes and safe cooking methods, and the good food, bad food list is in that book, Dr. Wallach's Cooking Without the Bad Foods. 112 pounds, I wanted to have 1 healthy brain and heart pack per month, take a half a dose twice a day. She also needs the MSM. I had 1 bottle a month, so you can take
2-3 times a day or 3 twice a day. And that will support and promote maintenance repair of cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, including in the skin. Okay, tighten up all those connective tissues and elastic fibers and things like that in the skin, also the arteries and so forth, whether it's in your hands, your arms, your skull, whatever. Hair, skin, and nails. She could take a couple of those twice a day. It's 2 bottles a month. Okay, and then she needs a rebound or a sports drink with 100 nutrients in it, 75 minerals in it. And on days when she's, which they say she doesn't want to take the rebound for some reason, she can just take our liquid plant-derived minerals and take a half a teacup of that, lay down on a couch or lay down on the bed, and drip some of that on her belly, rub it on her belly, and she'll absorb it right through her skin. It's almost like intravenous. Okay, and that the minerals will tone up all that skin, elastic fibers, and connective tissue and everything.
Okay, and so she also added to that she gets pain in the knees. So what you just recommended is going to help with that as well.
Exactly.
Perfect. Perfect. All right, Simi. So hopefully you got that.
If she wants some pain relief, don't forget the CM cream. You can put the CM cream on, and then we also have the what? The what for putting on for pain? Soothe.
We have Soothe with the CBD from the Hemp FX line.
Yes,
That's
exactly.
Yep. Awesome. Well, Dr. Wallach, let's try to get to 2 more hands that are up. And we have Paul. Paul, go ahead and unmute yourself. You are on with Dr. Wallach.
Hi there, Dr. Wallach. Sorry, I can't use my video. I'm kind of like in the middle of like my work and taking a break. But anyway, how are you?
Okay.
I just wanted to, 2 quick questions. Number 1, my friend Cheyenne had basically recently got a cyst on her elbow area and it bursted. And I wanted to know what could be done to prevent like more infections or any like future breakouts.
Okay, well, preventing infection, she needs the colloidal silver, right? Orally and topically. There's no alcohol in it, so you can take an open wound and put the colloidal silver in there 5 times a day and it won't burn. There's no alcohol.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but she also needs the brain and heart pack. She needs the MSM. She needs the collagen peptide to build the skin, all the connective tissue that's associated with the skin. The skin is 2/3 of the skin thickness is connective tissue. Okay, and also the cartilage and ligaments and tendons associated with joints, all joints of the body. Okay, so it's imperative to take these sources of collagen and connective tissue. Okay.
All right. I did have to mute him, Dr. Wallach, just because of the background noise. Paul, did you have any additional questions? If so, go ahead and unmute.
Yeah, sorry about that. I'm like in the middle of like my little work there, but anyway, second question, and this is my question. I'm actually getting a root canal tomorrow, and they're going to put a crown on me. And I know that basically I had a whole lot of, pain that might be coming after the surgery. What are like some products that I could use to basically use to numb the pain when after like a dental surgery?
Okay, dental surgery, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, don't forget the collagen peptides. Don't forget the let's see here, the MSM, right? Vitamin D3.
Yes.
And then also for the pain relief, again, the CM cream. And then we also have the let's see here, the CM cream, and we also have the stuff that comes from the hemp FX, the Soothe. Okay, you can put that on your joint up here. You can put that on your face, on your upper lip, your lower, on your neck and everything. And it'll absorb through your skin into the bloodstream and so forth. And it will go to places where it's not actually been applied to, but regionally you'll get a lot of pain relief with that Soothe. Okay.
All right. And also with that being topical, Dr. Wallach, unlike a pharmaceutical painkiller, it's not going to create extra toxins into the body that then settle into the liver or the kidneys. So
there you go.
The fact that we have our CM cream, we have our Soothe, both of them work very well. For those of you who love essential oils, we have some amazing essential oils that just give that extra turbo boost. In fact, we have a whole list of recipes, Dr. Wallach, of things that you can add to the CM cream that we do call our turbo creams. So get with your Youngevity associate if you are interested in the turbo creams and find out, okay, what do you recommend for this? And just give your body that extra little boost. Let's go to one more hand, Dr. Wallach, and Endless Joe. Go ahead and unmute yourself. You're on live with Dr. Wallach.
Yes, Joe, how can we help you?
Oh, try one more time. Unmute, please.
Yes, I've unmuted.
There you go. We hear you now.
Thank you very much, Dr. Wallach. Thank you for all you do. Good evening from the heart of tropical Africa. I'm calling from Nigeria. First question, when do you hope to, do we have the products available in Nigeria? If not, when do you hope to come to Nigeria? And
okay, well, this is something that Rebecca can talk to you about because I know she works with people in Nigeria.
okay.
Yes, we have some amazing people in Nigeria. And folks, no matter where you're at, if there is any type of mail system, if it's through FedEx or DHL or UPS, we have creative ways to get the product to you. So
Great.
if you're not working with a Youngevity associate already, feel free to go to dailywithdoc.com, use that contact us, and I'll make sure that I get the information that you need to make sure that you get the products in your area, because nutritional deficiencies are not isolated into one area, they're worldwide. And that's what this program is here to help make it available worldwide.
That's right. Please, my second question. Dr. Wallach once told a story of an elite athlete in the US who had a heart attack, and a team of doctors were assembled, cardiologists, to manage him. One of them was a lead cardiologist at Harvard. While they were deliberating on how best to manage him, he had a second heart attack and died. And then about a year later, the cardiologist was 48. He had a heart attack sometime maybe during Boston Marathon. I'd like more details on that, please, sir. The names of the athlete and then the cardiologist.
I'd have to do some looking to find that. I've seen thousands of people.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
there's
so I'll have to look that up. Yeah, we'll look it up.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Sir.
Do you know which one it is, Rebecca?
Well, there's many athletes, Dr. Wallach, that you've helped. As far as the one with the heart attack that I know the most of is Evander Holyfield.
Well, there you go.
No, Dr. Wallach didn't manage the athlete, but he had a heart attack, and cardiologists were assembled to manage him. One of the cardiologists came from Harvard University. While they were deliberating on how best to manage him, he had a second heart attack.
Okay, stop. We only have a moment here. Well,
Do you remember?
When you have heart attacks in certain areas, it's because the nutrition is not in the soil there. Okay, so these nutrients do not get into the food. And the only way that you can prevent heart attacks, okay, is to stay away from the bad cooking and stay away from the bad food and supplement with the 90 essential nutrients. Take the rebound, okay? Take the rebound, which has these minerals in it, okay? And take our Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, which has the minerals in it. And this we deal with so many athletes all over the world. This is not, this is not a genetic thing. It's a regional thing, because nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. They occur in veins like gold and silver. And some places have a lot of these minerals, and these people never have any problems. And because their food grows in these places, and the plants will suck up these minerals. Plants do not make minerals. Plants make vitamins, but they don't make minerals. And nutritional minerals do not occur in a uniform blanket around the crust of the earth. So you have places where everybody who lives in this area is going to have a heart attack. Well, they got bad genes in that area because everybody there has a heart attack. No, it's because those nutrients are missing. And so this is where hair analysis can help, because we can tell you if you are missing these minerals or not. Okay, from a hair analysis, that's the book, Rare Earths and Cures. And again, if we can have a soil analysis in an area, that will help a lot. Okay, but in the meantime, take the Healthy Brain and Heart Pack, take the MSM, take the collagen peptides, go ahead and take our Rebound. And don't forget the Ultimate Daily Classic Tablets, 3 words. Ultimate Daily Classic Tablets are getting blood flow through blocked arteries and supports healthy blood pressure. These are things you can do for prevention. Don't wait until somebody gets a heart attack to say, what do we do for them? Okay. We want a boring health record. I don't have any problems. Okay. You know, in 5 weeks, I'll be 84 years old. And I don't have any problems because I've been taking these nutrients, okay, since I was 9 years old.
Wow.
Okay, so that's my answer to your question.
Thank you,
All
sir.
right. Thank you, Joe. And Dr. Wallach, we have one more here. Coach Rod has a female coworker. She's 5'10", 155 pounds. She had her stomach cut with a weight loss surgery. They cut too much of her stomach and now has severe pain all the time, acid reflux, and is always nauseated. Dr. Wallach, is there anything that we can do to help her?
Probably, okay. She weighs 155 pounds. She needs to get rid of all the bad foods, okay? Excuse me. She needs to take 2 healthy brain and heart packs a month, a full dose saying twice a day. I want her to take 2 bottles a month of the MSM. She can take 3 at breakfast, 3 at lunch, 3 at dinner time for maintenance or repair cartilage, ligaments, tendons, connective tissue, discs between vertebrae, bone makes bone itself. I also want her to have our collagen peptides, take a scoop of that in the morning drink, scoop of the evening drink. I want her to take 3 of our ultimate enzymes, say 5 to 10 minutes for each meal, and with some water. We call it the gallbladder in a bottle, okay? And it'll do miraculous things. All right. And then also, we need her to make sure that and they may have cut a nerve. Who knows what they did in the surgery, right? And so it's one of those things where let's do what we know is going to help. And these enzymes are going to do a big thing. We call it the gallbladder in a bottle because it supports the liver function and the gallbladder function. Okay, and it helps you absorb nutrients. But I also want to throw in our salt. She's used either our salt from Australia, New Zealand, okay, and it's because it's called what the
Seasoned salt.
Seasoned salt, and then we have the Himalayan salt from the Himalayan mountains. Both of them have all these ocean minerals in them, along with the sodium chloride. And just use it, just salt to taste. I mean, you hang around with me, and you see me. I use the Himalayan salt and/or the seasoned salt with every meal. I go through a lot of this salt. Back in the old days, if you did something good, you were the salt of the earth because everybody knew that salt was good. Okay. And so when a doctor says, don't take salt because it'll give you high blood pressure, change doctors, get a different doctor because that doctor should have their license taken away. It's like saying, you're going to rust. If you breathe oxygen, you're going to rust inside, just like a piece of iron. Do not breathe oxygen. That's how stupid it is to say don't use salt.
Well, and Dr. Wallach, since she is experiencing nauseation, not being nauseated all the time, I would like to recommend also the microbiome. It's very soothing to the digestive system. You can mix it in water, just 4 ounces of water, drink it down, or even mix it into plain yogurt. And it's very soothing and helps to create a good environment in the digestive system, which then allows for absorption of your nutrients and the ability to let the body do what it's designed to do. So Dr. Wallach, I know you have to get going. Thank you again so much for another great show. We appreciate you. And yes, life is better with your smile. I would like to have my co-host come up with me today. We are at the end of our show and so much information. If you did not catch the whole show or you want to watch it again, feel free to visit our YouTube channel, our Rumble channel, our Facebook page, Critical Health News on Rumble and YouTube, Critical Health, not Critical Health News. Somebody got that before we got it, but Critical Health on Facebook, or if it was last week, because we run a couple days between the time that we get it recorded and the time we get it on the website. You can also find replays going back almost 3 years now on our dailywithdoc.com website. We also have a store there that has all of the products that Dr. Wallach mentioned here. If you have special circumstances like living in India, like Sumi wanting to get the products, or Nigeria, like Joe, and you are not working with somebody already, use that contact us on the website at dailywithdoc.com. And I've got a lot of experience getting these products around the world. So I am excited that we do have creative options to make that happen. I want to thank my co-hosts that I have on with me, Phyllis Anderson, Marilyn Pizzera, Sherry Browning, Ruth Ellen Sanchez. All of you ladies contribute so much to making this program and making this resource valuable. And I appreciate you for the time that you donate to the cause. Folks, we are here because we have big hearts. We know the power of what supplementation can do when you give your body the right supplements. I did many, many years cherry picking my supplements and taking this and this and this and this because I heard it on TV with one of those famous doctors saying, okay, take this for this for this, and it didn't work. I heard Dr. Wallach on the radio. I had tried everything. I was pushed off to pain management, and I did not accept that as being my final out in this life. And I'm glad that I did. I gave him 90 days, and now it's been over 7 years, and I have not been a single day without the formulations that Dr. Wallach has provided. I've lost over 100 pounds. I am almost completely pain-free and would be if it was not for trying to step over a dog going downstairs. But folks, your body can do some amazing stuff. Let it do it. Give your body what it needs and just sit back and enjoy the outcome. Get back with the person that shared this program with you. If there's nobody to thank, please go to dailywithdoc.com. Use the store that's there, use the contact us, or we have a team of certified holistic health coaches at 855-949-3377. You're looking at 4 of them, 5 of them. Can't forget myself. And what am I forgetting, Ruth Ellen?
Thank you for our team out there, Sportis.
Oh, yes.
You're rocking it. Thank you.
Yes. And for, we have so many amazing health coaches that are plugging into this program and asking questions for their clients and getting information directly from Dr. Wallach. You can do the same. You want to just help yourself or help your community or reach around the world with a greater purpose, contact us or get back with the person that shared this program with you. We have an amazing Certified Holistic Health Coach course that is available that teaches you about the 4 areas of health, how they're affected by nutritional deficiencies, and using the Youngevity products as the solution. We also go as far as teaching you how to build a business. So it's not just giving you information and then throwing you out on your own. We work hand in hand as a community, side by side, and helping people build businesses that are creating a positive impact in their lives and their environment. So until next time, bye for now.